I'm Steph, and today I am in Milan and I'm doing some travel photography in Milan. I'm very excited because this is the city where I raised up and I really love it. There's a lot of fashion photography, there is a lot of architecture, there's a lot of iconic points like what you see here on my back, which is the Gallery Vittorio Emanuele. Now, I came here during sort of 11 a.m. just to show you that you can still do some nice photos even with people. And then we move to the back, which is Piazza Duomo, another iconic place, and we're gonna go around and to Brera, which is another area, and so on.
Shit's too serious, but I can't advance it. But I can't abandon.
I am here at the Duomo Square and I want to take a photo of a cathedral. Now, there are different ways to take photos of iconic places. The point is, try to look for a different corner. And the one I like is to use a little bit of a reflection. We have some water on the pavement here, but probably not enough for the reflection. So what I do, I'm going to add a little bit of water. And be creative. I had at home a milk bottle. I just filled it up with water and I thought, you know, I may need it later, even for drinking. So let's give it a try.
Go back, our economy is broken. We shouldn't have to kill ourselves to serve someone.
I'm quite happy with the result and I think I can move on now. There is a little bit of problem when you do these photos, which is the pavement color. If it's too bright, the reflection is not going to work. If it's too dark, the reflection is going to work very well. In this case, it was not too dark. It worked, but not as well as I expected. Let's move on to the next location. So we talk about reflection in Piazza Duomo for iconic places, but sometimes you walk and you see reflection, beautiful reflection of the shopping windows. Now there is a nice square there which we're going to see later, but what I want to show here, you can have a photo of the square reflected from the window. And the beautiful thing is about having also a little bit of a fashion which is typical of Milan. This is a good indication where you are.
You've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by.
So I am here in front of a Scala. So beautiful facade. I want to do some photos. You can do again the usual photos, which is fantastic. I've done a few, I'll show you here. But what I noticed is that there is a beautiful gallery, sort of gallery with nice shadows, very long shadows in this time of the day. We are close to 12 o'clock. And what I'm gonna do now is a photo on the highlights. So I'm gonna focus only on the brightest part, and the darkest part, the shadow, will be super dark. And I can do that in 3 ways. If I go fully manual, of course, if I go on exposure compensation here, or simply what you do, you lock your exposure on the sky, but now where the sun is, on the other side. Let's try a few photos. It's quite busy now, let's see. Keep going with our photography here in Milan. Now, as I said before, one of the most beautiful things of Milan is the new wave of architecture, and we are here in Piazza Gaulenti, which is next to Garibaldi station, where you can see on my back the new vertical garden building. You see the bank unit traded building that it goes up. Now, when you do a photo of buildings, try to get as close as possible to the building to give a different point of view. Otherwise, you will end up with photos that will look like many others. So let's give it a try and see what's happening with me. Down to the Regione Lombardia building for more architectural photography. I'm quite sure we can get something good. I've seen some photos already on the web, and I'm gonna check if I can find similar corners, better corners, and we're gonna see the results soon.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't.
So here I am now into the Regione Lombardia building. Now this is a beautiful building between Garibaldi station and the central station. You can see the shape probably on my background already. I really suggest to come here. There's a nice feeling, lovely music. About photography, my personal suggestion is to try to shoot from down the floor and avoid to shoot from 6 foot, couple of meters, 1.8 m up. In this way you avoid the typical photo and you give more space to the building. Let's see how it comes. And here is my last stop for Milan and photography. What I loved of today's photography was actually the architecture. Beautiful new buildings, beautiful new line. And this is a new area of Milan. It's called City Life. You can come here with a metro, the new metro, number 5, and you stop at Tre Torri, 3 towers. Now look at the building behind me. This is a new building, Hala Hazif, which was made, and it's fantastic lines, and this is the building I will start doing some photos. I will go then to the what I like to call the insurance towers. On my right side is the Alliance tower, and then on the left side there is the Generali tower. That's another insurance. And we always try to do photos from the way down to up and see what's happening, if we can find interesting lines. By the way, in the previous place we were able to find a beautiful spot to do sub-framing, and I was very happy with it. So happy with the whole day, and I'm going back home. The battery is almost off on my mobile, so I can't make any more films. I will add more, but probably from home. See you later.